This game is not only real, but there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this game, while being what some people have considered unrealistically historic. Don't ask me how they came to that conclusion, despite this taking place in 1600s Japan, but I'm streaming this now. I've been playing this game for a bit, got decently far, figured why not just stream and see what happens.
Some call it a miraculous stone. The Philosopher's Stone. The Queen of England remains locked in combat. With Spain, the country where the sun never sets, for control of the entire world. Her forces weakening with every battle. The Queen and her inner circle turn to divination and alchemy, hiring pirates like us to find Amrita for them. With that power, they managed to defeat the invincible Spanish Armada. But now it seems they want to keep their methods a secret.
The Tower of London is an imposing fortress built by King William I in order to keep London safe. It has since gone on to be used as a prison for traitors and execution grounds for criminals. Londoners believe that if the many crows living within its walls were to abandon it, the tower would collapse and London itself would be destroyed. I did not know that was a thing.
It seems death won't stop chasing me.
I should have run when I had the chance. Hey, what are you doing? I guess yourself is your only savior.
having to use the controller's built-in microphone, and I have no idea how good the quality is going to be, so I'm opting to talk as little as possible because of that, until I can get headphones that I can just plug into the PlayStation and it captures the audio, assuming that works. Okay, that is just a very creepy look. So, something I should mention is that when you attack an enemy from behind, it does more damage than if you were to attack from the front or side. Coincidentally, that applies to you as much as it does the NPCs, so that's why you need to be careful when fighting.
We can extract from this. The pilots are selling their powers. Spark of war. A wonderful opportunity to acquire more.
I'm also opting to have the helmet visibility turned off because why would I not want to look at this guy's head? Okay, that came out wrong, but why wear helmets?
Beloved queen thinks of Ambrita as nothing more than gold or gemstones.
We must find them before our nation's rivals do.
Edward Kelly, you will go to Japan. It seems it would be to our advantage to keep the wars alive. We cannot gain Ambrita if blood does not flow.
Hey! Who are you?
Such noise.
That's the first death of the stream, and possibly the first death I'm gonna have the entire game. And as you can see by not praying at the shrine earlier, I come right back to where we started at the game. I did that intentionally. I got greedy.
Monsters like that to fight wars. And his body just split in two. Oh God! You wanted to kill me from the start. Striking when the opponent is down and helpless. That's what they're trying to do to all of us who fought for Queen and country.
Alright, good game. That's the first boss.
Ah, it's you. The man with the guardian spirit.
If I die, the secret of the stones dies with me.
Let me show you what these stones can do. Behold.
It's time for your execution.
Alright, let's do this. One giant axe to another. Good game, Derek. Anime lightsaber.
Oh, well done. Quite a feat.
The journey was not an enjoyable one. During 2 years' voyage, the Helloff was lost. The trow sank, while the hope vanished without a trace. The good news of the Blythe boatshap was nothing but lies. Only Leifta remained. An ironic twist. For what awaited us in the Far East wasn't love. It was monsters and death.
That was just the stuff that takes place before the title drop. This is a weird game. in case you didn't figure that out. So normally you would have just those first 5 weapons available. The DLC allows you to have an Odachi and Tonfa. And you have to pick 2 weapons that you'd start with. So I'm going to be going over each of them later. So, guardian spirits in this game are unique to it, in the sense that it's referencing various deical figures in Japanese mythology. I'll get into them more later. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start the tutorial. I've played this game enough that I don't need to, but I'm still doing it so that way everyone who's watching knows how to play the game. I worded that wrong. Alright, so the game never fully explains how some of these stats work, but the stats right here are simple. Attack multiplier increases the damage you do by about 20 points, as opposed to that 41 attack there. It's like it just increases on it. Like it's a different number every time, depending on the weapon. change to attack will increase the damage you do based on that skill. Like in this case, it says change to attack heart, and it has a B plus scaling, which means whenever my heart stat increases, the weapon's damage will increase better than if I were to upgrade strength or skill. Break, in this case, it says affects how severely an enemy's guard is broken. It basically, you do more damage to an enemy's ki, which is stamina in this case, depending on the weapon you're using. Like some weapons like the axe or odachi will do more damage to ki than a sword or spear will. It varies depending on the weapon. Some weapons will also have special effects, like the wooden sword has a proficiency bonus of 44.3%. Basically, when your proficiency with the weapon increases, the weapon itself will do more damage if it has that effect. And it also has close combat attack increased against electrified enemies. Basically, when an enemy status of ailment known as electrified, I would be doing 8.3% more damage to them. Believe it or not, the special effects you'll see on weapons and armor can quick and strong attacks. The tutorial briefly went over it, but a quick attack does light damage and is faster than a strong attack. Strong attacks will do more damage and consume more ki than a quick attack, and the leaving your guard open bit basically just means it takes longer for William to block when he's after a strong attack than it does with a lower attack. And you also take more ki damage if you get hit during a strong attack. What the game doesn't tell you about the stances is this. high stance will do more damage to the enemy, regardless of whether or not they're blocking. If they're blocking, they take more key damage. If they're not, they take more overall damage. Low stance does the least amount of damage for both strong and quick attacks, but because of how fast you're attacking, it stacks up damage. Mid stance is best for blocking. That's really the best. The quick and strong attack damage is vastly different between the stances. It's just mid stance is easiest when it comes to blocking. I don't know why. So, key pulse is unique. Every time you attack, you're using up your key, obviously. And that's what that red meter is. Key pulse makes it to where you can recover the lost key before it disappears. Like what? It's pretty handy in the middle of battle when you need to get more key. I kind of didn't go over this, but the living weapons are different depending on the spirit and what weapon you're using. Some spirits will make the living weapon stronger, some don't. There is a way to make it to where using living weapons can completely eviscerate the bosses in this game, depending on what the spirit is. I've never encountered this. I tend to not use Guardian Spirits too much because they are a pain to recharge, because the Amrita you get will charge the spirit gauge. I just tend to not use it because of how difficult it is to recharge it when you don't have the spirit when you die, because when you die, you lose your Amrita and your Guardian Spirit and you have to get it back. It's very much like Dark Souls. Now the tutorial is out of the way, we can finally begin the actual game. I should have announced that a bit sooner. Shrines like this one are akin to the bonfires from Dark Souls. You pray at them, your health restores, elixirs can restock up to 3 every time you rest, and the enemies will respawn in their original positions. And much like the bonfires of Dark Souls, you can level up at the shrines to increase your stat points. Like, for example, Body increases your life and resistance to both poison and paralysis. It also affects the scaling on spears. Heart will increase your total ki and affect the damage of swords and bows. Stamina affects your life, much like Body, but not as effective, and will increase your carry weight. Strength is required to activate the special effects of heavier armor and weapons. It affects axes and odachis, as you can see. Skill does the same for more technical weapons and armor, like lighter stuff, and it affects dual swords, the tonfa, guns. Dexterity will increase the effect and capacity of your ninjutsu, which I will get over that one later. Magic does the same thing, but for Nioh, again, I'll get to that later. And Spirit will affect the Guardian Spirits. This is mostly just to increase your bond with them, because the stronger your Spirit stat, the more effective the Guardians are, I think. It also increases your Yokai Realm resistance, which basically just reduces the amount of ki that you lose in the Yokai Realm. It's a lot more efficient than you think. When leveling up your stats, you'll get skill points that you can invest into the various weapon trees to get more skills for combat. Skills like grapple and flux are universal skills, which I call them that because you can buy that skill on any tree and it affects any weapon. But some weapons like EI Quick Draw are exclusive to stuff like the sword or spear shove. Little accidental speaking there, will only be usable on the spear. Majority of the skills can only be used by their respective weapon. Ninjutsu is the ninja-like stuff. You can use stuff like throwing stars, bombs, stuff like Galnut Broth, which is a poison applicative for your weapon. You can get stuff like antitoxin pills, which are healing items that can counteract poison. And there are skills like this one, Holy Man 1, which says it increases the amount of sacred water that can be carried by 2. These are skills that increase the stuff that you can use, your shortcut stuff sometimes. The Omnio magic is basically magic. It's that simple. It mostly covers elemental stuff like the talisman of the fire talisman will let you apply weapon. Let me collect myself. You can apply fire to your weapon for a specific set of time. You can also get talismans that can buff and debuff the enemy. There is a lot that the Omnio stuff can do. I don't even think I'm saying the name right. Onyo? I really don't know how to pronounce Japanese. Now, the fire, water, wind, lightning, and earth talismans, like I said, they will inflict, I keep saying inflict, they will coat your weapon in that element and inflict that element's damage to your enemies. When it does that, it will build up a status effect relating to that weapon, like water in this case will inflict the saturated debuff on enemies, which will reduce their physical defense for its duration. Wind will inflict blustered, which I believe, if I remember correctly, it makes them staggered easy, or they take more, no, they do less physical damage, that's what they do. Lightning will slow down the enemy's overall speed, making them slower and easier to avoid. Lightning and water are probably the best, in my opinion, because of that. Earth will increase the damage that enemies take in the form of the muddied stat. And fire, which is burned, is just damage over time. It's that simple. You can apply you can apply as many elemental effects as you can, but applying 2 will inflict the confused status effect, which is just the effects of 2 at once, and will make it to where the yokai are staggered a lot more easily on every attack because it keeps them in a permanent lack of ki state. Whenever you get Omnio and Ninjutsu skills, you come to Ready Jutsu if you want to use them. In this case, for the Ninjutsu, I chose the Shuriken and Power Pill, but I'm going to go with Power Pill because it increases my attack power. And for the Omnio, I'm going to take Water because Water, like I said, will increase an enemy's damage by reducing their defense when they get saturated. And it and Electrified are pretty useful because when you stack them and get both at once, the enemies are slower and they're taking more physical damage, which that can be great against some enemies in this game. Whenever you defeat enemies, Dark Souls game, you get stuff where you defeat enemies, mostly their gear. The gear will always have random special effects, like the Mariner set, his Mariner shirt has nothing, but his pirate armor will it reduces the damage we take overall by 2.5%, and the damage we take from falls by 6.2%. It also raises our paralysis resistance by 3 points and increases our toughness by 18 points. Toughness will decrease the key damage you take when blocking. Heavier armor sets will have higher toughness ratings. Bloody graves like this one are basically the equivalent of dark spirits of NPC Dark Phantoms from the Souls series. These bloody graves will have either developer-placed revenants, which are, warriors that were slain in battle and hold extreme grudges against the living world. Ones with red names like this are placed by the developers. You can find player revenants and fight them, and when you kill the revenant, it will drop a random piece of its equipped gear. So you can actually get gear that's either worse or better than what you currently have equipped. In this case, we're going to fight Isuki, the brick, who died by drowning. That's actually kind of ironic. So, the weapons and armor will have various rarity levels, like this Bizenden Uchi Katana has white rarity, it's basic, it only has one special effect, and that's 6.4 damage increase towards flying bolts, which is not an enemy type we're going to see for a while. But this Masakari Axe, which is blue, has 3 effects. Quick attack, parries, break, I do more damage I cannot speak right now. Break is a lot better on quick attacks, and the parry's better by 7, and it does more key damage against muddied enemies, which is just more damage to their key than they were already taking. So there are three various types of equipment weight stuff. Like, this pirate armor is a light equipment. Basically, the foot soldier armor is medium. I think it even says that with the M and L there. Medium armor is like the middle ground in terms of armor. Your key recovery speed, movement speed, and the damage that you don't take, it's like the perfect middle ground. Light armors will make you faster, and your key recovers faster, but you take more damage. So in this case, we're gonna go with the foot soldier armor. So Sacred Water is this game's equivalent of the budding grass from Dark Souls, in that it increases your key recovery speed by a short amount of time. Salt increases a large amount of key damage to nearby yokai. It says nearby, but it needs to actually hit the yokai for it to work. What it doesn't tell you, well, it does tell you, but not as blunt as I'm about to say it, using salt on the pools of yokai realm stuff that the yokai will leave behind, the pools of Dark Realm, instantly clears them up. Don't go throwing salt everywhere on the yokai stuff. You will waste it. The Kodama in this case are like some kind of guardians over the shrines or something. I don't know what they are. When you guide them back to the shrines, you can get these blessings from them that will have various effects. Like, one increases the Amrita you get, one increases the drop rate of elixirs. There are two blessings that increase the drop rate of weapons and armor. I don't know why there's two different blessings for that. I think they would just make it one that increases your equipment drop rate, but no, they didn't think to do that in the first game. They did that in the sequel, which, yeah, I plan on streaming that one after I do the first game. Attacking enemies over time will increase the proficiency of your weapon. I think that's based off of the damage you do or just how many times you hit them. I don't know. Whenever you increase the proficiency by a level, you get a free point. Now, in this case, that skill point I just got can go into anything. Nioh 2 made it to where when you increase the proficiency of one weapon, you only get a skill point for that weapon. It honestly just makes it easier in Nioh 2 because you could be using so many other weapons and just dump all the skill points you get from that into one specific weapon tree. Yeah. Now, some weapons as their special effects will have ones like this high attack break that have a symbol next to it like that. That symbol isn't important now, and it is more important when we unlock the ability to soul match. Soul matching in this case is you can just sacrifice one weapon to increase the level of another. But that high attack break is special. If I were to use this Spy's Kusarigama as the material for a soul match, that high attack break special effect would transfer onto the weapon that I'm not sacrificing. Now, that skill effect extended, which specifies Autumn Dusk, that just increases the effect of a specific skill used by this weapon, which in this case, Autumn Dusk is, if I can remember correctly, it is somewhere in here. Here it is. It decreases the amount of ki used when dodging, but also your defense. Can only be used when your sword is sheathed. I like how it says sword. Which, when it says cleared mission right there, this is not a skill we're going to be able to use anytime soon. So that special effect, yeah, it's useless.
技の終わり、すなわち斬新にて気を整え。確かこの森の小屋にあれで一矢報いてやる。
Familiarity in this case is just how familiar you are with the weapon. It's, that's pretty self-explanatory. Familiarity, when you increase it by levels, like that bar right there, if I could just if I get the sword to 300 familiarity, the special effects and overall attack of a weapon will increase depending on your familiarity level. So, and higher rarity weapons will have more values on the familiarity, like the Masakari axe can get to 750, meaning its attack can greatly shoot up depending on how high I get that. So you'll notice relatively quickly that this game is full of shortcuts that you can take. Like those ladders I took back there would lead me right back to this shrine here at the beginning. I've essentially just gone in one big circle. Now the Kodama blessings that I mentioned earlier are as follows. You got the Oracle blessing, which increases the amount of Amrita you earn. The Swordsman blessing, which increases weapon drop rate. Warrior increases armor. Healer increases elixir. Hunter will increase the drop rate of materials. Materials in this case is like crafting materials like wood, lacquer, rope, metal. Basically crafting materials for weapons and armor. I'm gonna be sticking with the warrior blessing for now because it's the only thing I can get, and just that one Kodama I found increases the drop rate of armor we get by 1%. The more Kodama you get, the higher this effect can be. And you can actually see how many Kodama are in a mission by that 1 out of 9 right there. So, keep that in mind. Now, that enemy just now was a Dweller. Dwellers are usually like the first yokai we'll actually meet here, and they have two different phases depending on whether or not they're standing or crawling around. If they're standing, their attacks are slow, cumbersome, they leave themselves wide open when they attack, and they're prone to falling over, which leaves them exposed to a final blow. I haven't explained that yet, but I will later. But if you hit them too many times when they're falling down, because you can hit them enough and they'll fall, they'll start crawling around on all fours, where they're a lot faster, harder to hit, and they can grab you and poison you, or beat you with a rock, whichever one they do, it's random. Now, this Warlord armor is a heavy piece of armor, judging by the H there, and the 3 pounds it has next to the helmet. But you may also see how the special effects is in red and the effects itself are grayed out. That's because we don't have the stats to use them. See how it says 7 stamina there? I don't have 7 stamina, so I cannot get the effects of this helmet. I only get the defensive multiplier, but I don't get the increase of damage reduction, defense, or life. So it's somewhat useless right now. Alright, I had to pause so I could fix my internet because there was a glitch. So charms in this case are an accessory which they just provide special effects like increased proficiency bonus, increases paralysis resistance, increases my yokai realm resistance. Proficiency bonus in this case just increases the multiplier, makes it easier to increase proficiency. Nope, there's the third death I've had. Yeah, enemies using axes hurt a lot. This is the most unideal setup ever because I'm literally holding the controller like inches away from my face to use the mic on it. You know what? I said for the sake of being able to show off William's face and hair, I'm not gonna wear headpieces. After getting that, screw it. I'm putting helmets back on. Yep, that's William, everyone. That is just so stupid looking. Stupid's the wrong word. It's weird is what it is. And there goes my guardian spirit and my Amrita. That's what happens when you die before getting those back. And I had a lot of Amrita too, so that hurts. That really hurts. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to maybe get that all back. So that was the gold Nioh set. It's a sort of special heavy armor set that's like DLC related or something, I guess, for just having the game. Am I going to be using it? No, I'm not using it. Even though its effects are pretty good. I'm gonna increase stamina to level 7 so I can get the effects of the Warlord's helmet I'm wearing. I just remembered I'm not wearing the helmet, but we can now get the helmet's effects if we want. Actually, slightly better. It's got better resistances too, so I might just wear it. Now, I'm only wearing helmets when I can see ridiculous stuff like the Visitor's Dragon Kabuto or whatever. Anything else, turn it off.
なんて重さだ。これじゃまともに動けねえ。
So what I just fought was an enemy known as a yoke. They're a sort of mini-boss in the game, but they're also a pretty common enemy in later parts. They can be killed pretty quickly if you break their horns, commonly with a high stance attack, so just keep that in mind when you fight them. Apologies for that. I started choking on my own spit. Now look at that, look how close to the beginning we are again. So, you can sacrifice weapons and armor to the shrines to get Amrita. And when you're in the familiarity of the weapon you sacrifice, you get more Amrita. In this case, I sacrificed one sword and all the other armor I was wearing because I'm not going to wear it otherwise. Except that helmet I got. So whetstones can be used to increase the familiarity of all your equipped gear by 150 points. So it can be useful at times, but don't use it too much because it can be even too much. I mean, really use it if you want to be able to mass increase items to the next familiarity level. I cannot speak right now. So titles in this case are a reward you can get for doing certain things, and the prestige points you get can be used to increase certain attributes. Like in this case, we got 2 Nioh prestige points, and in this case I used them to increase my ninjutsu power and the effectiveness of my elixirs. The things that can be increased with the prestige Ungyo titles is gold, item drop rate, key, the damage we do to humans in close combat, the reduction on the damage we take from falls, the increase to the life recovery we get from elixirs, our toughness, and our ninjutsu power. Agyo is arena-earned luck, life, yokai close combat damage, the reduction on received elemental attack damage, the durability of our living weapons, our resistance to yokai realm, and power of our Nioh.
村の守りを固めるなどと嘘吹きよって。 思議だな。この技もぼんやりと光っておるのじゃ。家に帰りてえのか。悪いが俺はもう動けねえんだ。
Benefit to using the Kusarigama, as you've noticed, how quickly you're swinging the weapon around, so you can hit an enemy multiple times in one attack. And in high stand, it does a lot of damage.
「わしを浄土にお導きくださるのですな」。え？帰り道がわからぬと？
奴らに手ごめにされるくらいならいっそここで。 とあの船から逃げなきゃって。
Unsurprisingly, the water stone dropped.
It was supposed to be an easy job, for easy money.
See, normally I struggle on that boss the first few times I fight him, and it takes me a good few tries. Here, through the use of confusion and guardian spirits, melted it. Unfortunately, as you see here, I got either the Unroki Crusher. Yeah, I didn't get the Unroki Crusher title because I used a. Well, I didn't have either of those. I just got hit. Yeah, there's an achievement. Not an achievement title. I keep saying achievement. Where when you kill a visitor or a companion, basically the co-op mode, and if you don't take a single hit, well, you get the Crusher titles. Because I got hit during the fight, I didn't get the title.
are you?
A foreigner? Your skill against Oni is impressive.
As is your skill with English.
My name is Hanzo Hattori. And you are?
Call me William. I'm here in pursuit of someone.
An enemy, perhaps? Hunting a person down in a strange land will not be easy. If you lend me your strength in fighting Oni, I will help you in return. Well then. Dawn is breaking. Come.
This man just keeps a cat in his clothes as a clock.
天下人であった太閤秀吉様が亡くなり、この国では今二人の侍が歯を競っておる。一人は秀吉様を継いだ石田三成殿、もう一人は我が主君徳川家康様。わしは家康様から西国大名たちの調略を任され、この九州へ参ったのだ。ウィリアム、近頃巷には地味猛量が出没し、大名たちは手を焼いておる。鬼を切るその腕を売り込めば調略の好機となろう。案ずるな。あやかし騒ぎを追えばお主の仇も現れよう。まずは家康様に近しい隣国豊前の官兵衛殿のもとに参ろう。
Himorogi fragments are basically the means of leaving the missions. You can use the fragment to leave the missions, but it costs all of your Amrita. We've also unlocked the ability to go to the dojo, where we can redo tutorial missions. This training mission, however, the Way of the Ninja Novice, is one of 3 types of training missions that will unlock more skills for their specific stuff. So in this case, the Way of the Ninja will unlock more skills for the ninjutsu tree. There's an adept and a master level that will unlock the next 2 tiers. So, yeah, the only way to get more skills for ninjutsu, Nioh, and every other weapon is to complete these training missions. The blacksmith has a lot of features that we can do. All these features of the blacksmith I'll go into depth later, but I'm just establishing that we have this. And I just dropped something. The Torii Gate is our means of engaging in PvE co-op as the summoned person, like the visitor or companion. This is how we be the visitor or companion. The Hidden Tea House is... because I have this unlocked on a different save, we have access to it now. but it's something I'll go into later. Just know this is how you engage in the actual PvP of the game. And I'll say this now. Whatever clan you're in on one save, you are on every other save. So, yeah, in this case, I'm on the Sanada clan on one save. Well, automatically here on the save.
甲が足りぬのではないか?
But yeah, this is like a feature that we don't unlock until like the third region of the game, so slightly just spoiled something by accident, but I couldn't just leave it right here because it would have been painfully obvious to anyone watching future streams and just wondering, hey, what's that one feature he's not going over? Twilight missions are just higher level versions of the missions we just did. Enemies are stronger, but we have the chance to obtain strong equipment. Now, I know it says you can only play a mission when Twilight comes, but that it just means just complete the specific mission. Like in this case, we can't do this one until we complete the Demon of Mount Hiei, and this one isn't until we do Memories of Death Lilies. We don't have access to these until after we've done their mission, and the Twilight missions will reset daily, so if you want to do a Twilight mission, just keep an eye out for when it's available. Right now we only have the... I forgot the name already, but it's the Twilight version of Isle of Demons. I'm gonna save and quit here. This is a pretty long stream as it is, and this was just the tutorial and the first mission, but this is just pretty much a taste of what's to come when it comes to Nioh gameplay. So, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all on the next stream. Goodbye.